friends. Welcome to God Focus this morning. The title of today's episode is Don't Go the Wrong Way. Jonah didn't want to go to Nineveh, but he ended up there anyway. We can do things the easy way or we can do them the hard way. God sometimes asks us to do things that makes us uncomfortable. Fear of failure is often one of the biggest excuses. Do we go where he asks or do we take the long road there? We will end up where he needs us. It just comes down to, will we go willingly or will we be a spoiled brat that he has to drag along? Unless we completely turn from God, we will end up where he wants us to be. How we get there is our choice. God asked Jonah to go to Nineveh, but he didn't want to go there. He felt they were all evil. Maybe there was a little bit of fear there also. He had many excuses not to go, but he wanted to go the opposite direction toward Tarshish. He put it off and then started on a journey the opposite way. He went to Joppa and got on a boat, and a storm came up. The storm was rough on the boat, and the people were afraid that they were going to sink. Jonah knew it was because of his disobedience. He told them if they tossed him overboard, they would be spared. The men on the boat tossed Jonah overboard. God had prepared a fish that opened its mouth and swallowed him up. He was in the belly of the fish for 3 days and 3 nights. He prayed and asked God to deliver him, and he said he would go to Nineveh. After his ordeal in the fish's belly, he went to Nineveh, and God saved many. Jonah took the long way around to get to where God wanted him. God understood that Jonah could reach a lot of people, and that is why he told him to go to Nineveh in the first place. How often does God ask us to do something and we end up taking the long way there, but end up in our Nineveh? If the task could be accomplished in our own strength, we wouldn't need God. Jonah forgot that God would go with him. How often do we forget that we do not have to do the hard things alone? God is with us. We all want to be used by God and want to do the right thing. Often our ideas of what we want to do and God's ideas are different. We cannot allow fear to control our every move. We have no reason to fear. God is with us. Fear, doubt, and many things will cause us to run the opposite way if we're not careful. Either way, we will end up in Nineveh. We can be obedient and just step out in faith and go, or we can take the long way there. I want to be obedient and don't want to take the long way there. I know there are no shortcuts in life either. This is why it is best to follow God's plan. Taking the long way is full of pitfalls and stressful situations. Jonah seemed to lack the compassion for the lost people of Nineveh. Above all else, we need to have a heart of compassion. We need to be soul winners. It doesn't matter how wicked the people, God loves them, and it is not our place to judge. We are to show them God's love and speak the words that he wishes. When Jonah told them they have 40 days, then God would pour out his wrath. They fasted and put on sackcloth, even the king. God changed his mind because of the people. They had repented and turned from evil. Jonah was not pleased that God changed his mind. Remember Jonah the next time God asks you to do something that takes you outside of your comfort zone. It is not easy to step out in faith. We question, did I really hear from God? Lord, do you really want me to do this or that? We will question, all the time knowing that was exactly what he asked us to do. I don't know if we think by stalling he will give us a pass. He has everything in the universe working like a well-oiled clock, everything in his timing. He knows what he created for us to do. We need to be bold enough to step out in faith and do what he's asked. After a couple days of self-pity, Jonah saw things God's way. Read chapter 4 of Jonah to see how God used a worm to make his point and give Jonah understanding. God often uses the simple things to reach us. Thanks for watching. Until next time, be bold, be brave, and keep your God focus. Like, share, and subscribe for more encouragement. Have a wonderful day.